If you ever get 15 minutes in a room with a CEO and the first question you ask them is, how did you get started? You have wasted an opportunity. High achieving women do not network just to make friends. We network to compress time. We want to know the cheat codes, the failures, and actually the systems that work. Today, I'm giving you the ultimate high ROI networking playbook. The highest return on investment for your time today will be listening to this episode. We are breaking down the 20 questions you need to be asking of other leaders to steal their strategies, to skip their mistakes, and I need you to stay until the very end because question number 20 is the one question that personally opened more doors and generated more revenue for my businesses than anything else. Let's get started. I mean, imagine the Community Chamber of Commerce holds a networking event and people walk around talking about the weather and giving out their cards. And I mean, when you're with people that are just playing at a higher level, your goal is data extraction. You want to learn how they think, not just what it is that they do, and never ask a question that could be answered by Googling them. So here's where we go. Success is a terrible teacher, but failure, that's the actual blueprint of where we want to go with these questions. You want to learn from these leaders' mistakes, and you just get to skip the tuition. Imagine it like a college degree, right? If you can already learn, then you're fast tracking your way into success. All right, so here's our first set of questions. What is the most expensive mistake you made in your first 3 years? What did you have to unlearn to get to your current revenue level? My answer, delegation, trying to control everything. What is a belief you strongly held a year ago that you've completely changed your mind about? Because if you watch my podcast episodes and my YouTube channel from 2 years ago, it's going to look totally different than it looks today. Not that there's not still some sort of value to be found, but I am an evolving, changing person. And so is my perspective over time. If you want to surround yourself with strategies for women who are actually in the arena building 7-figure businesses, hit the subscribe button right now because we skip the fluff on this channel and we get straight to the systems that work. Whether you're listening to this on your favorite podcast platform or watching on YouTube because you like to watch better than you like to listen, all the information is so important to you in your journey. All right, our next set of questions have to do with systems and blind spots. So here we're looking for operational leverage. How are these leaders buying back their time? Number one, what is the, I was going to be number 4, but number 1 in this set, okay? What is the one software or system your team literally could not function without? If they can't answer that, then it's not the right person to be talking to, right? The next one, what is a metric that you track daily that most people in our industry ignore? This one's huge because it may have nothing to do with cash flow and everything to do with customer satisfaction. If you had to leave your business for 60 days, what is the first thing that would break? Because that's probably the role that they're sitting in. So maybe it's the marketing, maybe it's the finance, maybe it's paying the bills. What would it be? All right. The next set of questions is a capacity, like the people and the capacity questions. Because at a certain level, a business is no longer about the product. It's actually about the people running the product or running the systems. So here are these questions that you want to ask. How do you know when it's time to fire someone? One of my weaknesses. Stick a dagger in my heart on that one. What is the most important trait you look for in your leadership team? For me, it's character. Hire the character, train the skill. That is one of our hiring mantras. And how do you protect your personal bandwidth from your own team? So many times if you will ask people, they're happy to be asked. And if you're listening to these questions and realizing that you don't have anyone in your circle to actually ask them to, here's the hard truth. You're in the wrong room. You cannot outgrow your environment. So if you want high-level strategy, a community that pushes you, let's talk. Click the link in the show notes and book a strategy call because you have to be around the people and the types of businesses and the types of owners and the types of leaders and the types of entrepreneurs that you want to become, and we can get you in those right rooms. All right. And then question number 20, the biggest payoff ever to end any meeting with a high level leader or a mentor is this. Based on where I'm at right now, what's the one question I should be asking that I haven't? Because we are all blind to our blind spots. Blind spots are simply what you don't know. So what's the question that I should be asking? It forces them to look at my blind spots, and it reveals what I don't even know that I don't know. Because the quality of your business, of my business, of everyone's business will always be determined by the quality of the questions you are willing to ask. So stop asking for permission and start asking for the playbook.